Hey guys, I'm Island Turtle. Welcome to BOMISpirit. This is the weekly intuitive astrology reading for May 15th. I kept thinking 16th for some reason. The 15th to the 21st. There is so much going on this week. This is a very powerful week. I think a week that everybody's kind of excited for, whether you realize it yet or not. Before we go any further, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and comment. Oh, sorry about that. I'll take care of that in a second. Especially if you're new, welcome, welcome, welcome. Liking the video, commenting, sharing really helps the video circulate. So I really appreciate it if you guys take the time to do that, especially if you actually do enjoy the video. I also have a website and social media, Patreon, Vimeo, where there's bonus content. So go ahead and check that stuff out as well. So let's just dive right in because I don't have a lot of time today. So I want to make sure I stay on track today. We have a lot of transits this week. If you are ready for the energy to change, here comes the wave of shifts. Here comes the wave of new energy. This is very empowering energy that we have coming in this week. We might even feel like we're getting physical energy back, vitality back. It's going to be a good week. So just a few things that are happening. Jupiter's moving into Taurus this week. Jupiter will also go very tightly square Pluto. That's going to be very important as well this week. It's basically going to expand the energy of Pluto. We also have the new moon in Taurus at 28 degrees happening this week. Very important new moon. It's the first new moon after the eclipse sandwich. We're still going to be experiencing the eclipse energy for a little bit because eclipses, the post shadow tends to last a little longer because they're a little bit stronger. Okay. Mars is also moving into Leo this week, and the sun is shifting into Gemini. This is based off tropic Western astrology. Just for you guys who follow different systems. Not to say that I think other systems are wrong. I think there's validity to all the systems in some manner, but I do do all of my readings in astrology based off of tropic and Western. Okay? Okay. So let's get into it. Just a few big energies that are coming up this week. First of all, we've been going through this collective healing of family dynamics and roots, our root systems and within our own energy fields, but also root systems as human beings with ancestry and how we're all connected. The farther back you go, we're all connected anyway, but you understand what I'm saying. Big, huge clearing for any ancestral trauma that is around slavery, genocide, mass traumatic experiences that are passed down through generations. That is some huge clearing that's been going on. It's been associated with this like primordial unlocking of this like very old sort of energy. Like even you can even say like ancient feminine darkness energy. I honestly, interesting. Why did I just hear Lilith? You might associate that with Lilith energy. I'm not saying that's valid or not valid. It's just something that I psychically just picked up on that I think you guys are experiencing, perceiving, thinking. There might be some validity to that. It's just something that I think is part of some of your realities. Okay. But as this primordial energy is being unlocked, it is us also clearing so we can bring some of that ancient knowledge and wisdom up to the surface to utilize it in the now. Now, coming back to present moment, we do have this mass collective healing around the concept of family dynamics and tribes, especially when it comes to dynamics with the feminine, with the mother, daughter, sister, grandmother, but really around the maternal energies. Got a lot of Cancer energy that's also really helping with that as well. And just in juxtaposition to that, it also is going to branch out to the father, the masculine as well, just by association of all these dynamics. Now, this is also helping us to move into a new sense of empowerment within ourselves, of how we show up in our relationships, in family, in tribe, in our own lives. This is also going to help us with how we lead other people or our leaders of ourselves, how we lead us through our own lives or even parent ourselves. This whole week is about empowerment, authority, leadership, taking initiative, stepping up where we need to, stepping up when we want to, and not really getting in our own way as it relates to anything that was getting in our way from old family system trauma. Okay, that's basically what's going on this week. Now, we do have a lot of future forward thinking going on this week as well. A lot of emphasis on the future, a lot of emphasis on where are we going as a society, where are we going as individuals, and also recognizing the balance, right, between the singular and the whole. Where is the line there as far as being focused on the singular and then being focused on the whole? It's a balancing act, right? Because as the singular needs to be balanced and grounded and all of that goodness, right? Needs to be taken care of. But having a focus on the good of the whole, the future of the whole, also benefits the singular, but is societally where we're going, right? There's going to be some interesting themes coming up this week as well with that, and even in the next couple of weeks with that as well, as it relates to the economy, housing, money, food, resources, that sort of deal. Image is still a thing this week too. There's all stuff I was channeling and stuff that also was coming up as I was looking at the astrology. So just as you're receiving this information, just think of it as a culmination of astrological deduction and channeling messages. Okay, one and the same, honestly. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Coming back, image also is something coming up here too. How we see ourselves and how other people see us, again, when it comes to singular versus the whole, and how we can really step up in a way where we're in our own energy and we're in our own truth and we're in our power and we're acting in integrity. Integrity and accountability is also still huge because it's a huge Taurus week. Taurus has been riding with us for almost 18 months now. I believe it's been almost 18 months now, and has been drilling that into us. Integrity, accountability, self-esteem, self-worth, amongst other things. But image as it relates to all of that, and maybe understanding too the power image has, right, in influencing our ability to lead, influencing our ability to get things done and take initiative, or even be successful and accomplish our goals. That's also something that's coming in here too, as we are thinking about the future, thinking about where we're going as the singular and as the whole. Okay, another great thing about this week that's also very powerful is this energy of fate. There's this feeling of fate in the air, of serendipity. Thank you to Jupiter and the North Node, very active this week and very active within the new moon in Taurus as well. That's exciting. I think that's actually very exciting. You may already be experiencing this as you watch this. If you're a Patreon and you're seeing this before the week, you might already be feeling this energy appearing in your life, whether that's in the form of omens and signs, or meeting certain people or running into certain people, and you're like, whoa, that's weird. Why did that just happen? Well, there is this energy of faint, still Mercury retrograde as I'm recording this, fate, serendipity, destiny in the air as well, especially when it comes to this whole like future forward. What are we committing to? What are we building? What are we investing in for the singular versus the whole, and both? There is also this energy too of how do I want to say this? Like, as I was talking about, like the primordial energy, right? Bringing up knowledge that is so old and so ancient and has been so locked away and so forgotten, and bringing it forward in a way where we can really implement it in the present. So it's like ancient, but having this new application, right? For that kind of thinking, for that kind of knowledge. That can be in the form of spiritual knowledge, magic. That can be in the form of medicine. That can be in the form of farming, agriculture, the body. Like, it can be in the form of so many different things, and it's probably going to come through differently for all of you because it will relate to also just who you are as a person and where you're at and what your innate skills are and what you're bringing to the table as far as your personal blueprint is concerned. We're still in this big blueprint energy. I feel like there's so much information running through me right now, so if you need to watch this again, watch this again. We still have a lot of this blueprint focused energy right now too, but that's part of the future forward thinking. That's part of this destiny faded energy in the air of this push. You might even feel this like ominous energy of like something big's about to happen, right? You might feel that. You might feel that suddenly come around you because something big is happening. There's huge change that's in the air. And a lot of change, again, we've been going through has been very internal and like about our root systems and about our ancestry and trauma and that stuff. And now we have this external manifestations coming in to help us really cement these new changes and open up all these other doors and pathways. It's really, really exciting. It's exciting. It's exciting stuff. But I want to come back to relationships for a minute because they're bringing up all of like the trauma family system stuff. So as there's been this clearing with ancestral trauma, childhood trauma, again, as it relates to the feminine or the mother, but really in the context of family and tribal dynamics, community, there's also been some growing pains is what I'm getting to. That's just what I'm hearing. There's been a lot of growing pains when it comes to that. Maybe a lot of feeling uncomfortable or awkward, maybe feeling a little extra insecure, maybe feeling very extra aware of your own personal insecurities, your own self-esteem difficulties, self-worth difficulties, and how you come across. And again, self-image is part of that too. But you've had this extra, there's been this extra sensitivity, so you can be aware of it, right? So you can be aware of how much that has been part of your existence, right? And to do something about it. That's been part of this Mercury retrograde phase as well. All right. Now coming back to present, as we've been doing this clearing of this, like of this all this family stuff, it is also to help us form community in a new way, help us form family in a new way, redefine it, looking at it from a new set of eyes. That's how they're saying it, actually. It's interesting. Looking at it from a new set of eyes, looking at it from also a new heart. Don't know why it wants to come through that way, just wants to come through that way. But forming community with a different foundation that societally we haven't had before, or we haven't had in a very long time, or we forgot was even a thing, right? Having foundations in community, in family, in relationships that are solid, that have divine grace, that also have this unconditional receptivity, and don't have like these distortions a part of it so much anymore, right? We're gonna feel like different versions of ourselves. We're gonna feel like different versions and dynamics are coming up, and we're gonna like be relearning the rules in a way of how we do relate to each other. It's gonna feel a little weird, it's gonna feel a little different, but it's also gonna feel really good at the end of the day. There's an extra sensitivity about it, is just what keeps coming up here. This was like a huge message just for the entire collective. It's like new relationship codes, new relationship programs is almost like what it feels like. And learning to walk again when it comes to that. That's interesting. I want to come back to this energy of power too for a minute. It's funny because I haven't even told you the aspects. I'm just telling you everything that I was getting, which I guess in hindsight, the aspects don't totally, well, they matter, but you know what I mean? The information is what matters. This whole empowerment energy. There will be people who are going to be fighting this change, fighting this transition, who have been fighting this change and transition. Of this new, powerful, primordial, ancient, but put into a new dress, so to speak, right? Sort of a way of exerting our energy, asserting ourselves. Because it's different. I wish I had like, did I write down like good words for this? I don't have the perfect words for this. Original leader archetype. Maybe that actually sounds really nice. It's almost like the original leader archetypal codes are coming up and out. You could say that's masculine, you could say it's feminine. It kind of doesn't matter. It's about how we assert ourselves and how we sit in our power, how we sit in our truth, and how we can connect to people, because it is compassionate, it's receptive, it's heart soul centered, it's non-judgmental, but it has this bite to it. It has this bite to it. You could even say it almost has a darkness to it, but it's not bad. It's just ancient. It's just old. It's original. It's pre-distortion, right? This is, oh my God, I got chills. I feel like this should be a separate video now that I'm like really getting into this channeling. There are going to be people who've been fighting this, right? And you're going to see them in your reality. They're going to be very obvious, okay, who these people are. And they might even just glitch out when they're around you or when they're interacting with you, because it's like, it's holding these new codes, right? That's what they're telling me. It's like, these are new codes, like new old codes. It's like so hard to describe. It's like, because they've been unlocked and they're ancient, but it's like we're bringing it into the present, right? And so in a way, they've just been transmuted into the new, but they're based in ancient codes. God, I hope that makes sense. Anyway, sometimes it's hard to describe this stuff. Anyway, some people might glitch out around you. It just is what it is. It just is what it is. The right people will just be in your reality. The right people will come across your way, because don't forget, fate and destiny and serendipity is at play this week as well. Yeah, don't be surprised if there's new friendships, new romantic relationships. You start to form almost like a new family, or even new family additions, whether that's biological or chosen family, obviously, right? If you're choosing family. But this is a week about the future. This is a week about sitting in this new power, this old new power, this like, what did I say? Original leader archetype, right? But in the present, in the now, and taking it into the future. And having a different approach, a new foundation to community, to relationships, and to power. It's also going to be a very dynamic week. And what I mean by that is it's going to be very active. Things are going to start to move very, very, very fast. Very fast. Very fast. Just roll with it. Okay? So I gave you all the information. I feel weird just kind of rattling off the aspects, but I will say there's like 3 clusters of energies this week, and all of them really tie into the new moon. So I will say the Sun, Mars, Neptune, and Pluto, and Sedna, all working with each other. It's a lot of planets. They're all working with each other, and they're all working with each other and with the new moon as well. Sorry, something in that sounded repetitive. They're all working with each other and the new moon as well. Okay. Mercury is sextile Saturn and square Pallas Athena. That's going to be interesting. I was getting a lot of like singular versus the whole there. Jupiter is also square Mars and square Pluto. Okay, this is something that you want me to talk about. When people glitch out around you or they can't handle this, like, why do I keep forgetting how to say it? The original leader archetype that's coming out within you, but renewed. You know, it's like taking something old and putting a new face on it, right? Essentially, it's like you can think of it like that. When they glitch out, they might fight you. They might legitimately fight you. Some of them might just glitch out and run away, like can't handle it. Some of them might go into like 5 of Wands energy and like literally want to fight or yell or scream or freak the fuck out, whatever. So don't be surprised if that happens. You're gonna handle it just fine. I'm not worried about it. Winning. Hold on, winning. That is very 5 of Wands too, like 5 of Wands, 6 of Wands. Winning. You're gonna feel more drive to accomplish what you set out to do. I think that's only a good thing as long as you don't turn it on yourself and beat yourself up. But this week is about the future. It's about moving away from doing stuff like that. People might want to beat you up, symbolically, metaphorically, not like, well, maybe literally, but not really. It's just people are going to be in fight mode who can't handle this kind of energy. Okay. So with winning, let that be your motivator, let that be your drive, and let it be from the heart. Don't let it be from this egoistic place, because you could fall into that because Jupiter is square Mars and is also square Pluto. Now the North Node is conjunct Jupiter, sextile Saturn, conjunct Mercury, and square Pluto. The North Node is activating 4 planets. Oh, I think I just spit everywhere. And those 4 planets are the most active planets for this entire week and under the new moon. They're in the mix with each other. They're in the mix with other celestial bodies as well. So that's what I'm saying. It's like Jupiter, the North Node, all pushing us forward. It also, again, brings this like sense of fate or destiny or serendipity. And all while this is also a very powerful week of stepping up into this energy, into this power, and stepping out and doing the things we want to do, taking initiative, taking action, along with all this other family, ancestral healing and mending and bridging and whatnot, and then taking that into new relationships, right? And having these like new relationship codes and dynamics that we haven't had either before or in a really long time. Again, it's all perception of how you want to look at that. I'm not telling you what to believe. This is just stuff that's flowing through me. Don't be surprised either if you have a lot of crown energy this week, because Neptune in Pisces is very active as well. And that's something else I was getting, that there's a lot of downloads and a lot more ease with your own intuitive awareness with things as well. Okay, so don't be surprised if your crown gets a little meh, haywire. Now, Venus is also sextile Vesta in Taurus, and Venus is also sextile Orcus, which is a dwarf planet very similar to Pluto. I was getting that feeling of karma a little bit, but there's also blueprint energy there because Vesta is in Taurus, and Vesta is the blueprint celestial body as far as I'm concerned. I'm not saying that's fact. That's just from how I've been looking at it and my own connection with her. But the fact that Venus is working with Orcus and working with Vesta, relationships, and again, especially as it relates to family, tribe, females, motherly energy as well, will be very highlighted in terms of all of that, of how it's affected your blueprint or how it ties into your blueprint, or even things that need to be cleared out, because Orcus is about karmic clearing as well. Okay, so a lot of social interaction going on this week, but it's only to help push us forward. All right, I didn't do a timestamp, darn it. I always forget. Since I am crunched for time, I'm not going to do a collective reading. I'm just going to go right into the elements. Okay? All right. Who's going first? Earth, air, water, or fire? All the decks, I use a link below, by the way. That was crazy. I swore I just saw snow. I didn't, but that was really weird. I've been seeing weird stuff all day. It's just a product of being here, I guess. Water. We're going to do water. All right. Water, you are first. By the way, Tauruses, Cancers, Pisceans will feel this week the most, and Scorpios as a result of Taurus also being activated as well. And plus, we're still in the influence of all of the eclipse energy. So interesting, you guys are going first. We're going to start with the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit deck. Water signs, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio for this week. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Everybody's going to feel a little stronger this week, and you're no exception, water signs, and I'm feeling that with you. You're feeling emotionally stronger. You're feeling stronger. I'm just going to say stronger. I was really feeling the emotional strength there, but I'm just going to say stronger. Any messages or insights from my water signs? Third eye, strong, oh my God, strong third eye energy, water signs. So Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, you guys have Dragonfly coming out here. Dragonfly can be seen as a symbol of transformation, as a friend has educated me on recently. But Dragonfly to me is always third eye. It's always third eye. It's always perception. Ooh, ow. Don't be shocked if your third eye opens this week. It's just really active this week. If you start seeing stuff this week, but this is about your perception. This is about how you see things. This is about also image, but like not just like image, but even like image. That's your word this week. Image. 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 How you see yourself is changing. How you see yourself is changing. Some of you, this has been a very long process. Some of you, this has been a very long process. I want to say grieving process, even, of really letting go of like things that have happened, memories, like recurring thoughts, but it's like things that really do not pertain, I want to say, to like the butterfly you're becoming is really how I want to say. I feel like that's been a battle for those of you guys this has been a while. It's like you've been kind of fighting yourself on letting go, on letting go, on letting go, and letting yourself be this new person, allowing your perception of you to really change. There's so much strength behind it. That's what I'm loving about your energy right now. You guys also feel very earthy. There's so much strength behind that change in perception. Some of you are also changing your belief systems as well. I'm going to say evolve. Evolving. You're evolving. You're evolving your belief systems. You're also reprioritizing. There are things that have become more important to you, or will become more important to you, that you thought you really didn't want to invest in, or thought that you didn't really care about. Yeah. People might have a lot of questions for you. You might be puzzling people, water signs, but that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You're doing what you're led to do. Firefly, inspiration is coming. Firefly is like a fast match-like energy, like someone like lit a match and it's going to blow out. It comes in, it goes out just as fast as it comes in. So if this is coming in the form of inspiration, act on it. Do not waste that energy. I'm actually hearing Mars is what I'm hearing. I'm hearing Mars. Mars is in Cancer and it will shift into Leo. When Mars shifts into Leo, you might really feel that shift, and that might be just representing that shift for you. And it might bring you just literally a spark of energy or something. Capitalize on it. All right, definitely capitalize on it. Some of you, I am getting a catalyst, like an actual catalyst, like a catalyst person or moment. Some of you, your third eye is just gonna blow open. Like, good luck. Oh, water signs. Remember, like when I was doing the astrology portion, and I said something about like new eyes and new heart. I feel new heart here with you. Oh, I like this. I like this. We have golden egg and the bear. The bear is a recovery energy. It's a resilient energy. This is representing how resilient your heart is, but is also representing that you are ready to kind of come out, which is part of what's going on this week. Is a lot of us are coming up and out, stepping up and stepping out. And here you are, water signs, and you're doing it. It's like, it's weird. It's not that your heart is like a different heart. It's always been yours, but something about it is different. Something about it is definitely more resilient, stronger. What I was saying, that you're emotionally stronger, right? There's such a strength behind your heart coming into this week, but it's something you're going to carry with you. Oh, I love this. I feel like some of you guys are probably getting emotional as I'm talking about this. But there is something about it that's different. That is new. That wasn't there before. Wasn't there before. Something within you has unlocked in your heart as well, and it's part of this perceptual shift. It's also part of allowing yourself to see yourself differently, but you're coming up and out with a really strong heart. Oh, some of you guys have been going through a heart chakra opening, and again, it feels like a long process, water signs. Most of you have been in this very long transformative process, and I think it's because you just had trouble detaching or letting go. Like fighting yourself or fighting the process a little bit. Something feels so catalytic here. I can't get away from it. It feels like a little mini explosion. And it's prompting you to come up and out. It's prompting you to like step up and step out with that strength of your heart, that newfound strength of your heart. And again, it could be a person. It could be just the energies at play of like, oh, it's time. I feel it now, it's time. Or it could be some sort of event that prompts you to do it. I keep hearing step up and step out, step up and step out. Anything else for my water signs for this week? They're showing me the moon. Obviously, the new moon will be affecting everybody. But you know, Cancers, you guys are ruled by the moon, so every moon cycle, you guys feel it more so than everybody. And it isn't an earth sign, which is a nice energy for you to experience as a water sign. But they're showing me the moon. They're showing me the moon. The moon. Anything else for my water signs? Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Let's see. So on the Firefly, on this catalytic energy, we have Buffalo and Sea Serpent. Buffalo is about getting through craziness, chaos, the storm with grace, going through it with gentility, and getting through it to the other side. It also speaks of blessings and abundance, like White Buffalo, for example. It's very much the Tower card for me, and it did land on Firefly, this like catalytic energy. And then we have Sea Serpent. Sea Serpent to me is always like a counterpart card to the Dragonfly. It's like a sister card to me. Sea Serpent is sacral energy. It's creative energy. It's expression. But Dragonfly is perception. Are you speaking? Wait a minute. It just feels like something is exploding and waking up within you, prompting you to go up and out. And it's around creative expression, or even expression of you, expression of your passions, your own creative energy. So maybe this can even be a sexual awakening, like a Kundalini awakening. But I keep getting pulled back to the Dragonfly. I keep getting pulled back to this. You're ready? That's what I'm hearing. You're ready? Because of this perceptual shift, you're ready. This is the moment. This is the green light. Again, whether it's a person that just like brings an opportunity or just activates you, or it's an event, like an external physical event, or it's literally just this explosion of psychic energy of just like, oh, ding, 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 ding. I'm ready. I'm ready for this. I'm ready for that. Or insert here. It's like, it's the green light, but it's because of this perceptual shift. It's the green light. We're gonna have some intense readings today. I can feel it. There's something in the air too today. What's today? The 13th? Today's the 13th. Any other messages or insights for my water signs? Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Something feels electric. is what I'm hearing. Something feels electric. And then we have bat. Coming into the light from the darkness. This is a transitionary energy. It also speaks of change and transformation, but it's about the coming up and out of the darkness and into the light. So water signs, whatever this moment is of you're ready, you might be aware of what I'm talking about. Like a specific thing that you're now ready to do, or you're now ready to be a part of, or you're ready to step into, or you understand what I'm saying, or to be, or to study. It's like, it could be something as simple as like, I've been wanting to study this, but I don't know. Okay, I'm ready, right? Or a promotion, or maybe being a healer. Overall, we do the dolphin energy, which is the healer. It's also very sexual energy. It's like, this feels like a piece of you is really awakening here. And it's the last piece for you to be ready for whatever this is. It feels huge, water signs, but that's the energy this week. This week is huge. Could be ready to be like part of a family. It could be ready to go like a level up a relationship. It could be ready to move. It's like whatever it is, it's like you're finally ready. You could even say you're finally ready to be this version of yourself that you've been working towards or transforming into or slowly changing into. But you're ready. You're going to get the green light this week, and it's going to be very clear. I feel like it's going to affect your whole body. Even if you're just meeting a person or something's presented to you, like you're going to feel it through your body, and you're going to know. You're like, oh, Island Turtle said this was a green light. Here's my green light. And you're going to feel it. Let's go ahead and pull some cards because time is getting away from me. I was like, damn it, 30 minutes already. Because I can only be on here for 2 hours. How am I going to do that? Oh shoot, how am I going to do that? Because I have to do 4 elements. And if they're all 30 minutes. Okay, all right, I'll just try to be fast with this then. I got carried away. All right. Any other messages or insights for my water signs? And of course, like the deck all spills out. Interesting. Empress of the High Priestess universe. Any messages or insights for my water signs for this week? Any messages or insights for my water signs? 10 of Wands. Oh, getting two things there. There is a burden that's finally, that you're dropping, and you're dropping it out of your heart. You're dropping it out of your heart. It almost feels like, it actually feels like triggers to me. It almost feels like a ball of like weighted anxiety. It's like that's going away. But I do feel like whatever it is that you're now ready for, it's going to require everything that you have. Maybe this is also why you haven't been ready yet, because it's going to require all of you. Full investment of you. And again, that could be like a relationship, a family thing, being a parent, a job, a promotion, or I don't know, again, insert here, whatever it is for you, because it's all different for all of you, and you know what this is. That's something that's coming through really clearly. You all know what this is because it's something that you've been hesitant to think about, to consider, even though you keep getting pulled back to it, like psychically, emotionally, you keep getting pulled back to whatever this is, the idea of whatever this is, and it's like you kind of like, man, I don't know, because it has a feeling of burden to it, because it's going to require all of you. It's a full commitment. There's no going back. Once you do it, toothpaste out of the tube, you can't put it back. I wanted to share a personal little like tidbit, but this is not an appropriate space for that personal fact. Anyway, for that personal thing. Any other messages or insights from your water signs? Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Eight of Swords and the Four of Cups in reverse. This is the block you've needed to get through, the perceptual shift. Eight of Swords is all mental energy. It's all in the mind. It's a mental trick is what it is. Four of Cups in reverse. This is fear of rejection, fear of abandonment, feeling alone, feeling isolated, battling depression, being hard on the self-doubt, and negative self-talk. Like all of that stuff is what I'm getting here. All of that stuff's been getting in your way and been causing this mental block, but it's about you making the choice to shift your mindset. To be ready for this. Working through fear seems to be something that you've been doing in recent past. Any other messages or insights for my water signs? Fear of failure too is coming through with that. Fear that it's like, yeah, it's all kind of like all tied in together, right? It's like, I can't do that. That's not for me. I'm going to fail at that. Who am I to do that? Who am I to be that? Who am I to think that I can have that? Etc., etc., etc. It's just a mental trick. Six of Pentacles. It landed on the bat. You could be getting a helping hand into this moment, into this green light. This is the green light. And remember what I said, this could come in the form of a person. Six of Pentacles is giving. It's reciprocity. Usually involves other people. Almost always involves other people. It's not just about balance. It's literally the give and take of relationships and even gift giving. There's a helping hand here, and it's your green light. It is your green light. Tell me more about the Six of Pentacles. Why is the Six of Pentacles here for my water signs? It could be a teacher. It could be a family member. It could be a lover, a friend, but it's definitely someone. It's definitely someone here. Give me a card for the Six of Pentacles, please, for water signs. Nine of Wands in reverse. To let down the wall. It's an invitation. It's an invitation. We'll call it an invitation. That could be in the form of a gift or literally just somebody being like, I want to be your friend. Giving, you know, it's an invitation for you to come out is what it is. To let down your wall. To be vulnerable here. To not be afraid. Interesting. Four of Wands in reverse. Nine of Wands and the Four of Wands. There's a Five of Wands energy there. That Five of Wands energy is going to come up for everybody in some way, shape, or form. Whether it's between you or between you and other people. You're afraid of not having that four energy in your life. You've got the Four of Cups and the Four of Wands here, both in reverse. Fours are about stability. They're about stability. And you're afraid of not having either. You're afraid of not having emotional stability. You're afraid of not having physical stability either. That's what you're afraid of. Some of you may even be afraid of people or avoid people because you're afraid they're going to affect that for you negatively. Yeah, Ten of Cups in reverse. Look at this. Talk about family issues and dynamics, right? That need to be cleared out. This is part of what you're clearing out. Unstable tribe, unstable home, unstable relationships and social dynamics, but it's really coming down to the home, where you dwell, your immediate environment, your inner circle, those things. You're afraid of those things being unstable or falling apart on you. But you're getting invited. You're getting some sort of invitation. Anything else for my water signs? Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Whatever this invitation is, it's going to help you be done with this. It's going to help you close this out and learn this lesson and just clear it out once and for all. The World with the Emperor. Divine Masculine energy, Father energy. It also represents how we assert ourselves, how we show up in going after things or even dismantling things, how we sit in our power. Interesting. We have Seven of Cups here. With the Eight of Pentacles. Hold on, let me get all the cards out and I'll show you guys. Page of Pentacles. Yeah. So after the World card, right? This invitation, this catalyst, if you will, we get the Emperor, the Seven of Cups, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Page of Pentacles. Don't let this overwhelm you and confuse you. If you get overwhelmed and confused, it's like, again, it's like, it's very catalytic. I can feel this very like physical reaction coming off of you, but it is about you stepping up and out, stepping in this power for yourself. Eight of Pentacles and the Page of Pentacles, this could be completely career related because there's pentacles there. Page of Pentacles is an offer. It's also formulating plans. Eight of Pentacles is how much work needs to be invested to get to the 10. And that's what I'm getting. It's like how to do this. What's the next step? What's the future like? As I sit in my power, but the Seven of Cups indicates that there is some overwhelm and there's a little bit of confusion, but I think that'll pass if you let it. Overall, we have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, with the Ace of Cups in reverse, the King of Swords, look at that mental energy, and then we have the Hermit in reverse. This is you getting in your own way. This is part of the mental block, okay? The fact that Hermit is in reverse here, that's an indication of not being connected to yourself on a soul level, like not being able to go within and to listen. Instead, you're listening from here, you're not listening from here. It's also why the Ace of Cups is in reverse. This can turn around, but it's about you changing your perception. Okay, King of Swords is the king of truth, is the king of air, right? But with all these other cards around it, it says that you're only coming from here and you're not coming from here when it comes to this catalytic invitation. But again, I get it. Whatever it is going to require a lot of you. It's going to require all of you. It's a full-time commitment, whatever it is. It's a full commitment. There is no half-assing whatever this is that you're being invited to step up into. The invitation is really for you to step up within yourself, in your power, but it is a physical invitation to something from someone. All right? Might be a little scary, but I get it. All right, let's move on before I run out of time. Earth, air, or fire? Just checking the clock. I think I have less time than I thought. Earth, air, or fire? Air. We're going with air. All right. Okay. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Why do you guys feel like war? Weird. You guys feel like Aries right now. That's what you guys feel like. You guys feel like you're putting armor on. You guys feel like you're going to war. You guys feel a little abrasive. What's happening? Is this what you're invited to do? Air signs? Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. You might be called for social justice. That's something that just came through really strongly. Some of you might feel called up and out for a social justice issue thing. It just feels like you're getting up, you're putting your armor on, and you're ready to go to battle. Like that's really how it's coming through. Some of you guys are clearing some like past life war stuff. I'm actually hearing Alexander the Great. There might be someone that's been coming up for you recently. The ultimate warrior, really. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Yeah, it just feels so masculine. It feels so masculine. It feels so warrior-like. What is going on, air signs? Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. You've been waiting for this moment. Got a lot of fire behind you. It's funny because what did I say? You feel like Aries, and look, we got fire. Look at all that orange, yellowy, lower chakra energy against all that white. Gazelle and Lion, you've been waiting for the right moment. Gazelle is like a Three of Wands energy. It's anticipation. Lion is the master of fire in this deck. As far as I'm concerned, he's kind of like the King of Wands. The Lion knows when to pounce, knows when to stalk, knows when to sleep. They know how and when to exert their energy in the most efficient way. They have the wisdom of mastering fire. You've been waiting for some specific moment, and it's here. This is like literally the week of the green light. That's what I'm gonna call this. Green light or ooh, I know. Yeah, I like that instead. Anyway, you've been waiting to pounce. It feels so Aries heavy. Do we have anything in Aries right now? Chiron and Eris are still in Aries. I would check your risings, your bleh. I would check your houses, which is based off your rising sign for those of you guys who are new, to see what house that falls for you. Because I can feel it. It's whatever's going on in the house of Aries for my air signs. Yeah. Oh my. Excuse me. Swan. Swan speaks of partnership, but Swan also speaks of moving into the state of wholeness, being aware of all aspects of ourselves and being able to utilize all aspects of ourselves. Is this about partnership or is this about the latter? Kind of like water signs, right? It's like this moment is coming at the right time and you've needed to be ready for this moment. So for a lot of you, it is about that state of wholeness, right? As part of you being ready to pounce. But some of you, this could totally be about partnership. Well, let's get more cards to confirm. You guys got the Buffalo too. Buffalo might be the card of this week. This is basically like a tower energy. In times of change or chaos, moving through it with grace, moving through it with ease, if you will. But it does speak of abundance. It does speak of blessings, but it is a tower. It is a tower. It is your green light. That's your green light. Oh my God, dolphin. Healer energy, play energy, sexual energy. To be honest, I feel like this is about partnership. I don't normally get readings that are like straight up about stuff like this, but that's totally what this looks like to me. This could be you, this could be someone that knows you or someone that you're dealing with, but this is clearly somebody who's been waiting for the right moment to act, the right moment to take action. And the action is this very quick, fast moment that involves play and sexual energy and healing and moving into wholeness, moving into one. But the fact that there's been this anticipation, it means that there's been a target, means that there's been a goal, means that there's been a path. But this person's just been waiting for the right time to act on this, to go for it. So whatever the target is, whether it's a relationship, I think for a lot of you, this could very well be a relationship, whoever this applies to. But it could also be something that just feels so good, and something that leads to freedom is actually what I'm hearing, leads to freedom. What's that movie with Mel Gibson? Braveheart. I just got strong Braveheart vibes. It's like freedom. Anyway, sorry. This is about the goal of freedom, reaching freedom, whether that's within a relationship or again something else, but it is about freedom. Anything else for my air signs? Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Getting strong Venus now. Gemini, Venus is in Cancer. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Love. This is my Six of Cups, Two of Cups, Lovers card. This is unconditional love. Open, receptive, giving. It's partnership, it's family, it's tribe, it's all the above. It's otter. Otters hold hands while they sleep. It's like so cute. Anyway, it's one of my love cards. And then we have fish with surrender. With surrender and dragon. Dragon is solar plexus energy. And sometimes when dragon comes out, I get that target energy because it's like the dragon eye. And I totally am feeling that. But again, this is more so about freedom, whatever way it's manifesting for you. Okay, or if this is somebody who knows you, maybe they have their eye on you, and that can very well be the case here. But this is about personal freedom, freedom in love, freedom in play, freedom of the soul. That is the ultimate goal that this person and or you has had their eyes on. Freedom of the heart, freedom of play, freedom of the soul. Via relationship or via whatever goal provides that. Okay. Wow. Air signs. Okay, let's get some cards out for you. Where are we at? God, 15 minutes? Shit. So I'm trying to move fast here. Okay. All right. messages or insights from my air signs? Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. 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 That was what I thought. I just heard a voice. Probably did. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Not the greatest first card to come out. Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords. Stumbling to move forward. That's why you've been waiting. That's why you've been waiting. That's why you've been waiting. Not everything's been really clear yet. Not everything's been clear. But the second it is clear, you're pouncing. The second it's clear, you're pouncing. But that's the thing. I feel like it's like the path ahead hasn't been clear. You feel like you haven't been able to act. Not only because it's not clear, but it also has this feeling too of like you're holding on to something. Like something is even holding you back. As much as you've been looking forward and waiting for things to be clear enough to move forward, or to be like logically clear enough to move forward, it's like, yeah, I feel pulled back. I feel pulled back. Anything else from my air signs? Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. The cards are like very spastic with you. You might be getting really restless. I'm getting very restless, air signs. But you've been trying. Strength card, Leo energy. What did I say about this gripping? Sometimes the strength card can represent that, this ability to control others or the self, to tame, to dominate, to exert that will, that resilience. But with the Seven of Swords, I think that's actually what's been causing a little bit of a kerfluffle here. You've got a grip on something, or something's got a grip on you. There's a grip that is holding you back. As much as you've wanted to go forward, and as much as you've been thinking or perceiving, as much as you've been perceiving that the path ahead is murky and not super clear, this grip is really the issue. What is this grip? Can I get a card for the strength card, please? Can I get a card for strength? What is the grip? High Priestess in reverse. Why does this feel like a secret? It does. It feels like the thing that shall not be said out loud. The thing that other people must not know about. This feels like a secret. Tell me more about strength. Have you been keeping a secret? Or has a secret been eating away at you? I can't get away from it. It feels like a secret. Oh. Queen of Pentacles in reverse, the Knight of Wands, and the Six of Wands in reverse. This is an energy of disloyalty. Whatever's got a grip on you, some of you, it's something that's been eating away at you, and others of you, it's something that you've been attached to, or you've been like almost like trying to have like control over it. It's a disloyal energy. The secret is around somebody being disloyal, somebody who is like self-serving, an energy that's self-serving. It could be a secret of maybe you cheated, maybe somebody cheated, maybe you betrayed somebody, maybe somebody betrayed you. It doesn't always have to be like a whole romantic triangle nonsense. But it feels like whatever's been holding you up is something that you've been living with. You've been living with a secret or an experience that you have been not wanting to acknowledge or deal with around somebody being disloyal, self-serving, betrayful. It's not the word. But that's really what's been holding you back. maybe you've been wanting to be engaged in this kind of energy. Maybe that's the big secret, but that's what this is. It's been eating away at you, or it's been holding you back as an experience. So let me read it one more time. Don't have to beat a dead horse, but I just want to be very clear here. You're harboring a secret of somebody being disloyal or cheating or a backstabber or whatever out of the sake of self-gratification, being selfish, essentially. That could be that you are doing that. That could be that you know someone's doing that. That could be that you know someone you're dealing with is doing that. Or it's the experience that you've had and you haven't told anybody, or you haven't been wanting to tell people, but it's been eating away at you, or it's been holding you back. Got it? All right. Moving on. Any other messages or insights from my air signs? Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. And here comes the Tower. Here comes the Catalyst. Here comes the green light. Tell me about the Tower for my air signs. Ooh. 10 of Cups in reverse and the 3 of Pentacles in reverse. Air signs, your green light is to purge yourself of this secret. The secret of this memory of this deceitful, betrayful, selfish energy, or you acting that way. The memory or the secret of it. That's what your green light is. It's to purge yourself of it. It's to not be the one burdened with holding this within your soul anymore. If you betrayed someone or cheated, it's time to confess. It's time for it to come out. If you've been wanting to, it's time to confess. It's time to come out. If you knew someone has, it's time to be a whistleblower. You understand what I'm saying? It's time to purge yourself of this. Repent if need be. But yeah, let the Tower come in. Purge yourself of this. It's time. 10 of Cups in reverse and 3 of Pentacles in reverse. This is faulty foundations of relationships and family and domestic life where it just doesn't work. Just doesn't work. Because someone hasn't been putting in the investment they haven't been wanting to. Or they didn't want to, if this is a past thing. Tell me more about the Tower. Tell me more about the Tower. We got some more cards here. Okay. Something's hiding under the Wheel of Fortune. I knew it. I knew it was the Knight of Cups. The Moon, the Knight of Cups in reverse, and the Wheel of Fortune. The secret of actually the Knight of Cups in reverse is literally my inappropriate lover card. It's the person that is emotionally manipulative, that it can be like a player, but in a way where like they tell you they love you and then they bounce, you know, kind of like that. Or not emotionally giving, emotionally detached, like that is tied into the self-gratification, not wanting to invest, not wanting to give, and again wanting to like step out, betray, not show up. It doesn't have to be romantic, but for a lot of you this is like a family thing, okay, or a relationship thing. But the Wheel of Fortune, that's changing this because it's coming out. Secret's coming out. Secret is coming out. And then we have the 6 of Wands in reverse. The World, Justice is coming is what I heard. Page of Pentacles, and then we got the 4 of Swords in reverse. This is all I'm hearing from this is justice is coming. Justice is coming. Justice is coming. Justice is coming. Choosing not to live in this, like, it's weird. They're saying blindness, but it's like you haven't been blind. You've been harboring this secret or this memory to yourself. Maybe you've been playing denial, but you've known. That's the thing. It's like you've known, you've just been harboring it. It's just been harbored. But the World coming out here with the 6 of Wands in reverse, it's to change things. This is all about change this week. All right. And karma clearing will happen, which means karma will be served, which means justice will be served. So no matter how much you feel like you've been at the shitty end of the stick of this betrayal, or maybe how guilty you feel for betraying someone else, it's time to clear the decks. It's time to come clean. It's time to unburden your soul. You don't have to harbor this to yourself anymore. Page of Pentacles and the 4 of Swords in reverse implies about that reflection, because Page of Pentacles is a new perspective on things in the practical, also in the realms of trust. In the realms of trust. even friendship and camaraderie. And Four of Swords, it's like I'm getting this resistance with the Four of Swords, actually, because Four of Swords in reverse implies needing to take some time out and recover and rest. But I feel a fight to that. I feel a fighting with that, like fighting all of this coming out too. But it's gotta happen. Overall, we have the Ace of Cups in reverse, Four of Wands in reverse, and the Sun to shed the light on it. Ace of Cups in reverse and the Four of Wands in reverse ties directly into these feelings. I mean, this is like this is somebody you can't trust. And if you've been this person and you feel guilty about it, you have created this energy of mistrust. And maybe you were engaged in this energy because you didn't trust, right? That's totally a thing. Sometimes people are like this because they got some trust issues of their own, right? But Four of Wands in reverse with Ace of Cups in reverse, that is a relationship, a household, a job, a foundation, a relationship of some kind where there's ego. There is no filling of the cup, right? Love doesn't live there. And the Sun is showing that. It's shedding the light on that. Maybe some of you have been harboring this because you haven't wanted to be embarrassed. But what it's actually doing is it's not just purging your soul, but it's also leading you back to love. It's leading you to love by purging your soul of this distortion, whether you're guilty or someone else is guilty. You don't got to live with this anymore. Okay? Oh, boy. All right, let's move on from that. I wish I had my sage. Totally sage the board right now. Shake it off. Let's shake that one off. Earth or fire? Earth or fire? Ooh. Okay, I'm hearing earth. Earth, is your vessel okay? Suddenly I just felt my whole body go like achy. Earth, sorry, that's what we're doing. I just got distracted by that. Yeah, Earth, I feel like your vessel's achy or something. Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. Oh my god. Oh, holy crap. Some of y'all need a Reiki session. Some of y'all need a massage. Maybe do some yoga, get in a hot tub or something. I like earth signs. Oh my goodness. Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. They're showing me birds. You might, if you have a strong affinity with birds, you might resonate with them. They might be part of your spirit guides, animals, etc. Birds are divine messengers. It's about communication, information, and travel. I'm hearing travel pretty strongly too. Moving on to the next, from A to B to C to D. Moving on to the next, moving on to the next. Are you having trouble moving forward? Earth signs? Is that why your body is hurting so bad? Is that why your body is like aching? Because it's begging you to move forward? You gotta laugh at some of this stuff. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Whew. I feel like you guys are like activating my wings. Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. Earth signs, what is going on? Oyster comes out when we're like, when we're hiding. When we're hiding, we want to feel like we're in a bubble. We want to be protected. I like everything in me is telling you to move forward, to break out of this and just go, to go wherever you gotta go or do whatever you gotta do. Like move forward, do it, do it now. It's almost making me like angry. It's weird. Any messages or insights from earth signs? Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. Phoenix rising from the ashes. The root chakra. This represents the roots. This represents rising into a new energy, a new power, if you will. And it is kind of speaking to that primordial energy that I was speaking about earlier. It's time to come up and out. It's time to move. It's time to go. Wherever it is that you're guided to go, go. You know, it's funny, the weekend reading I did, the impromptu weekend reading, the hawk came out for like everybody, and I was getting birds for you. You're guided to go somewhere or do something or to act, and it's time. It's time. And you're in a renewed energy to do it. It's funny, remember I was saying my wings and feeling my wings? Wings. Some of you might be realizing you have wings for the first time. Some of you guys, your wings are coming out. It's time to go. I just keep hearing that. It's time. It's time to go. It's time to go. But you're scared. You're scared. Rabbit with buffalo. I get it. I totally get it. Buffalo is definitely the card of the week. Rabbit speaks of literal fear in this deck. It also speaks of like luck and fertility, like as an animal symbol, as an animal medicine, like fertility and whatnot. But in this deck, it speaks of fear, and that's what I'm getting with you. You're hiding. You're hiding. You're clenching. I can like your body may even be starting to hurt. Some of you guys are getting activations and energy, and when you get energy like that, like cosmic energy, like you're taking that into your vessel. If you don't let that flow through you, or you don't have a way of working with that energy, your body will hurt a lot. It will hurt a lot. Trust me, it will hurt a lot. You know who you are if you're in that boat, but I can see it. You're scared to act. You're scared to act. Just saw a glimpse of the dragon. Solar energy. Any other messages or insights from our air signs? Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. And of course, you get the horse. Wow. It's time, air signs. You guys got horse. Horse is your element. He is actually the master of earth, of your element. She is on the move. She does a lot. He does a lot. The horse is the ultimate multitasker. She's kind of like the Queen of Pentacles in this deck, King and Queen of Pentacles. She can literally juggle everything in life and do it with grace, do it with ease, do it with mastery, and do it with sustainability, and do it with strength, do it with stamina, and is very independent. It's time to move into this. It's time to be the horse. And overall, cheetah. It's time to move. It's time to act. It's time to go. It's time to sprint. Strong Eight of Wands energy. Some of you guys might literally just have to move or start traveling or something of that nature, or have certain conversations. But whatever you're prompted to do, it's something that you're spiritually led to do. It's something that psychically you already know. You already know of what it is that you're supposed to be doing. The fear is getting in your way. All right, let's pull some cards. You guys are gonna get Midnight Magic. Earth signs turn. Clyde is like so passed out. I feel like some of you guys are wondering where he was at. He's been asleep this whole time. I did drug him pretty good, so only with natural stuff. He was pretty pissed at me for putting him in the little cat hotel. Any messages or insights? My earth signs, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. Any messages or insights from my earth signs, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. What is it that you're afraid of? Because I can feel it. It's making you clench. It's making you do this. You're afraid of something. I'm gonna do one more. You're afraid of something. Maybe you're afraid of the action itself, of what it means. Whatever it is that you're being prompted to act, to do. Maybe you've known for a while and you just haven't wanted to admit it to yourself. Any messages or insights? My earth signs, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. Ten of Wands in reverse. I'm hearing end of the road. Ooh. Yeah, that just gave me chills. End of the road. 10 of Wands in reverse. Something's over. Something is over. Something is done. And actually, it's a relief to you, but it's whatever it is, could be something you've been so used to. A way of being, a job, a relationship, whatever. You're at the end of the line with it. I actually want to say you've been at the end of the line with it. And you've been afraid of that. You're afraid to let that go, what that means. Anything else, my earth signs? Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. You're going to get a big push from the universe. I can feel that. You're going to get a big push. Just breathe. It's going to be okay. I'm not trying to scare you guys. It's going to be okay. Ace of Cups in reverse. It's over. Whatever this is, it's over. It doesn't speak to your soul anymore. It doesn't speak to your heart anymore. It's part of the old. You are renewed. You have arisen into a different version of you, a different reality. It's over. End of the line. End of the line. Move on, move forward into something new. I know that sounds kind of harsh. Sorry. After I said it, I was like, oh, that doesn't feel all warm and gushy. But that's just how the channeling's coming through. End of the line. For some of you, I want to say this is honestly just a way of being. You can't hide anymore. You can't isolate anymore. You can't like, yeah, you can't hide. You can't hide. You can't hide. You can't isolate. You can't not be seen anymore. It feels a little bit of like someone like shoving their kid out of their bedroom and into the world. Has a little bit of that kind of feeling, or like shoving someone from backstage and putting them dead in the spotlight in front of the entire audience. Like it has a feeling like that for some of you. Others of you, it's like a relationship or a job or a house or something like that, or a habit or a way of being that you've found a lot of comfort in or you've really resonated with, and it's over. Yeah. 10 of Cups. This is what's in front of you. It's time to move forward. You're moving towards the 10. You're essentially getting a new Ace of Cups. Whatever your heart, your soul was invested in or was attached to before, that kept you, it almost feels like it kept you safe. Like it was a security thing. Yeah, whatever it was like safe. It kept you secure. It kept you in your comfort zone. It kept you in your comfort zone. Time to be uncomfortable, earth signs. End of the line. End of the line of being that way, or end of the line of whatever that was making you feel so secure and so safe. Because it's time for the new, and you have 10 of Cups awaiting you. It's almost like a new path of cups. A new emotional path, a new spiritual path, a new path of relationships, of family, of love is waiting for you. It's time to go, and you got a lot to look forward to. It might not seem like it. You might be scared because you can feel it. You're like literally letting go of something that like you was like a coping mechanism or something that was just part of your comfort zone or made you feel safe and secure. It doesn't serve you anymore. Time to let the wings out. Time to be out in the light. Time to move on. Any other messages or insights from my earth signs? Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. Whoa. That's a weird combination. We have the Knight of Cups in reverse, the Page of Cups in reverse, and the Two of Cups. There's been a huge lack of honesty between two people here. Gotta call a spade a spade. This is someone that you are partnered with romantically or have been engaged with in like some kind of romantic context, or you've been living with, or are you related to. It's one of those. It's in the realm of cups. This is what I mean by you're walking a new path of cups. You haven't been honest. You, they, maybe both of you. But this is about two people. You one-on-one with another person. There's been a major lack of emotional honesty here. Whatever reason there's been a lack of honesty, a lack of authenticity, a lack of vulnerability, it's been part of your comfort zone, or it's related to something that was part of your comfort zone or part of the way you coped with anxiety or fear. Some of you, this could even be about like an addiction and that you've been keeping to yourself, and now it's time to tell the person you live with, or that you're related to, or that you're involved with. It's time to tell them, and then walk a new path of a new emotional path, a new spiritual path where you're more authentic and you're more vulnerable and you're more honest and you're more emotional about things. There's a coming clean happening here, for sure. There's a coming clean between two people. Almost feels at this point like, it almost feels like a pink elephant in the room. But it's time. It's time. Anything else for my earth signs? Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. Yeah, wow. Someone's like, yeah. And I'm going to say this is you, but it could be someone you're dealing with, but it's like, it is wake up call. It's totally wake up call. Ooh, wow. Holy crap. Hangman, King of Pentacles, and the Chariot. Hangman in reverse, for those of you guys who are new, it's literally the card of the wake up call. It's literally going from a place of stagnancy or pause and whoop, light bulb. It's literally a spiritual awakening card too, because it speaks to having like spiritual pauses where you're taking time out or you're going through spiritual development, and when it goes in reverse, you're moving out of that phase into something new. It's about movement. Things are moving again. King of Pentacles, Taurus energy. The Chariot is Cancer. It's literally about forward movement. Chariot of Ascension. Cars, literally moving, traveling, or accomplishing something, or moving to the next thing. It's moving forward. It's time to move forward. And then we have the Devil with the Six of Wands on the end of the line. The Devil over the Ace of Cups and the Ten of Wands in reverse. This has been keeping you stuck. Okay, and it's totally a coping mechanism, or something that has been part of your comfort zone, or something that has been like almost like masking or covering up something that's not exactly healthy, or something that's not aligned to your soul. Especially with the Six of Wands being there. Like the Devil's been winning for a while, and now that there's a tension on this. There's a tension and recognition of whatever this unhealthy comfort zone or coping thing is. And what it's been fueling is dishonesty between two people. It's time to come clean. Time to forge into a new path of cups towards the Ten of Cups. It's time to move on. It's time to move forward. Wow. Overall, we have the King of Swords in reverse. Lack of truth, maybe even some lies. Denial, even. With the Moon in reverse, revealing that. Revealing that there's been lies, or revealing that there's been a lack of truth, or that you've been in denial. And then we get the Star, healing. This is going to be very healing. This is going to be very cathartic. It's going to help you to move into this Horse energy. It's going to help you to move into this King of Pentacles energy, to move into integrity, accountability, responsibility, being grounded, being solid, being confident, but more than anything, being honest and authentic, and doing what your soul is begging you to do, which is time to move on, time to go, end of the line with this habit, this unhealthy relationship, this coping mechanism, this comfort zone, the dishonesty that you have between you and another person. It's time. You're at the end of the line. Come clean, move on. Take responsibility. Wow. Now, this could be you that needs to do this. This could be someone you know that needs to do this with you, or someone in your field, or even someone in your family, because we do have a lot of family vibes going on here too, with like the Ten of Cups energy. But wow. Wow. All right. Moving on. Last but not least, fire. Hi, fire signs. Yeah, these are heavy hitters today. All right. God, it's cold in here. I forget how strong the air is in this room. Okay. Whoa. All right, fire signs. Aries, Leo, Sag. Aries, Leo, Sag. Are you guys in water? You feel like water signs. You feel like you're in water energy. I forgot the timestamp. Damn it. Excuse my French. I'm just gonna put an arbitrary one. Sorry if it's a little like off, but anyway, I was doing so good too. Anyway. Fire signs, Aries, Leo. Yeah, you guys feel like you're in water. You feel like you're in the water element. Aries, Leo, Sag. Aries, Leo, Sag. Aries, Leo, Sag. I should have said this in the astrology portion, but you guys are going to hear it here. May 17th. May 17th is going to be a really important day. On May 17th, I would encourage everybody to be out and about, to go to certain places that they're called to go, talk to people they're encouraged to talk to or they feel pulled to talk to. That's going to be a fated day, I think, for a lot of people. Anyway, or people will feel pulled together in a way. Fire signs. Aries, Leo, Sag. Aries, Leo, Sag. Yeah, just keep getting water. That's all I keep getting with you guys is water. Aries, Leo, Sag. Consistency. Consistency. I'm hearing the word consistency. The cards are vomiting too, which also tells me that something's excitable with your energy too, like wanting to come out. Dragonfly, interesting, because I think this was the first card for water signs. So maybe watch the water reading, especially if you have any water in your chart. But fire signs, you have dragonfly out here. You're flowing better with your intuition. Nice. You're flowing better with your better with your intuition. I'm getting strong telepathy. Strong telepathy. Strong dream activity. You're surrendering to it. I think you were fighting it a little bit, but you're surrendering to it. You're surrendering to that. Yeah. Something in you's been activated. You've been activated. I feel like you were fighting that too. Aries, Leo, Sag. Aries, Leo, Sag. Might have been activated by a water sign. Ooh. I don't like that. I don't like that. Your intuition's telling you something. Hyena and spider. Something is not what it seems to be. Hyena is like the Seven of Swords, the dark side of the moon, the mask. It's Seven of Swords energy. Something's not what it seems. Spider is co-creative energy. It's like networks, mingling. Your intuition is telling you something's not what it seems. Or maybe even someone is not what it seems. But whatever it is that's not what it seems, it's like either a creative project, it's something work related, a network. It could be a whole network, like literally an office situation, coworkers or family or tribe, social circle. For some of you, especially for those where it's like you've been recently activated or awakened, you're seeing the illusion of like the Matrix, basically, like the illusion of reality. You're seeing through it now, that it wasn't what it seemed. So many cards are being spit at me right now. Anything else for my, let's call you water signs. Fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sag. Aries, Leo, Sag. We got the dolphin. Dolphin's a great energy. It's very Geminian, but it's very playful. It's very playful, childlike. It's also very sexual, sensual. It's the healer card. It's the card of the healer, the mystic. But I look at it as kind of like the Queen of Cups. I look at it as Queen of Cups energy. Not quite Queen of Wands. It's got a little bit of that flavor, but it's way more Queen of Cups. And I'm getting that really strongly. They're showing me the Queen of Cups here. It's like, how do I describe this? Some of you were activated by a dolphin energy. Maybe literally a dolphin activation. Like literally dolphins activated you, or you heard dolphins or dolphin sounds and it activated you, or you were dealing with somebody who carries that kind of frequency, the frequency of a healer, or somebody who's connected to Lemuria really strongly. You could be connected to Lemuria. That's definitely there. Others of you are just getting in touch with that energy within yourself because you're getting more in tune with your intuition. You're flowing with it more. You're surrendering to it. I keep getting telepathy though, which implies that you're definitely connecting with other people or another person. But some sort of illusion is being lifted here. The more you engage with this intuitive part of you, the more you engage with this telepathy, the more you surrender. The more you surrender to these experiences, the more the veil is being lifted and the more illusion you're seeing through about the networks that you're involved in and also just the reality in general or about a person in particular, but the more you're seeing through the veil. So keep doing that. Keep doing that. Oh. Did I bite my tongue? Suddenly my tongue hurts. Weird. Horse. Who went last? Earth signs. Earth signs had horse. So again, if you connect to earth signs, look at that. But this is the mastery of earth. This is multitasking. It's basically finding balance and sustainability and multitasking everything in life and doing it with grace. Also, it's about stamina, independence. Sexual potency. A lot of sexual energies going on in your reading, fire signs. Someone's very fertile. Like this, I don't know. When these come through, I'm like, all right, spirit, whatever. It wants to be spoken on. You or someone you're connecting with, because there's strong telepathy going on here, is very fertile. Okay. What's the word for men? Virile? Is that the word? I think it's like that's the word that wants to come out. Anyway, moving on from that. Any other messages or insights? Turtle. You guys have a lot of energies going on around you, and I think it's because you're in this dragonfly energy. You're picking up on a lot, and because you're picking up on a lot, I'm picking up on a lot for you. Okay. So we have turtle. Turtle is grounded energy. It's actually moving with that level of grace. It's being grounded in how much you're taking on and how much you're juggling and how much you're doing. Okay. Some of you, this is actually the energy you're connecting with. So please take this as it resonates. Because again, if you're really open, I'm going to pick up on that openness and everything that's in your field and what you're connecting with. And it's a lot. It can be a lot. And when I do these readings, the cards that come out, it's kind of like the average collective energy of things that I'm picking up in your fields. It's a lot. Moving on. Turtle's also ancestral energy. It's feminine. I keep hearing fertile. Somebody is very fertile. Someone is very fertile right now or in very fertile energy, which means that they're in the energy of creating and manifesting, which means they could also literally be in the energy of creating life itself. But it goes beyond that. But be mindful. If you're in a really fertile energy and you don't want babies, just take precautions. Or if you're in really fertile energy and people notice, because they will notice, they will be drawn to that fertileness and that could compromise you in some way, shape, or form. So be mindful of that. I just keep getting strong, fertile, potent energy here. Okay. I also feel grounded action being taken. Again, some of you are connecting this energy. Some of you, this is you and someone's connecting with you telepathically. But no matter what is happening here, a veil of illusion is being lifted around a family, a work situation, a group, or reality itself because you're awakening. Moving on. Anything else for my fire signs? No wonder you guys had to go last. Aries, Leo, Sag. Oh, let me check the time. I'm a little bit behind. Okay, it's okay. It's okay. Okay. Okie dokie. Did not expect that. We got a stinger. We got Scorpion. Scorpion comes out when we're holding on to shit or someone else is holding on to shit. It's a grudge card. It's a fierce card. Now, Scorpion in and of itself is not bad. Scorpion medicine is very protective. The medicine of Scorpion is literally to protect, okay, or to bring attention to something, like raise the alarm, if you will. We're still under the influence of the full moon Scorpio, which has also brought in the medicine of the sting. The sting we utilize against others as medicine, or experiencing the sting as medicine within ourselves, which helps us to cut away, to literally cut something away forever. out of our lives that that's not good for us, not healthy for us, right? And the more you're seeing through the veil, the more illusion you're seeing through, the more you can see also what needs to be cut away and what grounded action you need to take. For some of you, I do feel a little bit of like a fly in the ointment sort of a vibe, like someone wants to fight. I do feel that. Like someone wants to fight, like someone's getting aggravated or agitated, and because you're seeing more, you're seeing past masks more, you're seeing more of what people carry around, including inner demons. So say that. Overall, we have the rabbit. We got some fear. I'm getting hypervigilance more than fear, actually. Like alert, alert, alert. There's so much here, fire signs, about, hey, be on alert, be on alert, be on alert about the people you're involved with and the people that you're dealing with, or even one person in particular, or even like someone you're creating with. Like, again, it could be family, right? Or someone you live with. I keep hearing alert, 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 alert. Underneath that, we have bear. More grounded energy, beaver, and then here we have buffalo, which has been coming out for everybody. Ooh, with cheetah to take action. The alarm bells are sounding, okay? The alarm bells are sounding about a fly in the ointment, a chink in the armor, a chink in the chain, a weak link in something that you're a part of, okay? Like family, a project, work, something like that. And you're seeing it because you're in this more psychically sensitive place. And some of you are also seeing it because you're connecting with or having telepathy with a very intuitive person, or someone who is high vibe, high frequency. I keep wanting to say carries the dolphin. So it's interesting how a lot of this is coming through. Either way, you can't unsee what you're seeing. And then getting into this overall energy, the alarm bell, right? Bear, beaver, buffalo, and cheetah. I'm hearing break the routine is what I'm hearing with bear and beaver. Bear is usually about like an energy of recovery and resilience, but in this reading, I'm feeling it way more as strength. Nobody wins over the bear. Bear always wins. Bear is like an ultimate protector energy. Beaver is consistent work and routine. Remember, oh yeah, I did hear the word consistency with you. There's been some sort of like, how do I describe this? It's almost like your everyday life. That's kind of this coming through. Something about your everyday life needs to change. That's why Buffalo is coming in here as a tower energy to get you to change something, to get you to move, to get you to get away from this, whatever this is. Whatever your alarm bells are sounding for you. Like, wake up. Wake up, fire sign. Wake up, fire sign. Get out of your normal head. Get out of your routine. Look up. Open your eyes. Open your eye. Open your eye. See what's been lurking. See beyond the mask. See beyond the illusion. And like I said, for some of you, you're also having strong telepathy with another person. Somebody who is very intuitive or very psychic or like very like high frequency, high energy. And it's almost like they're helping you with this in a way. I feel like this is coming through in dream time. Like a lot of this is coming through in dream time. Listen to the alarm, listen to the alarm, listen to the alarm. And again, for those of you guys who are dealing with another person or having strong telepathy with another person, they're helping you. I feel like they're acting as support. They're acting as support. Some of you guys are learning to read minds. It's not a fun gift. That's one I keep shutting off, to be honest with you. I don't need to be in people's heads like that. Yeah, some of you guys are. That's interesting. Anyway, let's move on. Let's pull cards. There's so much going on here. I gotta stop for a second. So there's a group of you where it's not just about what's wrong with the people around you or your environment. It's also because of this like raised awareness, especially having telepathy with somebody, it's also getting you to see certain things that you've been holding on to within yourself that maybe you're still afraid of or angry about, hypervigilant about, anxious about, and it is time to change something about your everyday life, change your normal, whatever your normal is. I'm actually hearing mundane is what I'm hearing. That it's really time to change the way that you go about life. It's time to change the way that you go about co-creating or even building with other people, moving more into this horse turtle energy. I keep feeling you're getting help with this. This could be just spiritual help with your team, your ancestors, because we have some strong ancestral energy here. But I keep getting to that a lot of you have somebody that's showing up psychically. They may not even be in your physical environment. They could just be coming up telepathically or in your dream space, in dream time, to get you to see this. Okay? Your life needs to change. Your normal needs to change. And it's time to see that. Aries, Leo, Sag. Aries, Leo, Sag. You're going to see who really hasn't had your best interests at heart. Hyenas among dogs is what I'm hearing. Dogs are loyal. Hold on. Like one of these 3 cups has to have liquid in it. Hyenas among dogs. 10 of Swords in reverse. Dogs are loyal. Dogs are loving. Hyenas wear a mask. And they laugh in your face. When really, they think ill of you or whatever. They laugh while they're hiding stuff. They smile while they're hiding stuff. Oh, shit. Fire signs. Any messages or insights for my fire signs? Aries, Leo, Sag. Five of Wands in reverse, coming on the dragonfly. Five of Wands in reverse implies that there's a struggle that doesn't have to be here. There's conflict doesn't have to be there. There's stress that doesn't have to be there. I keep feeling like you're going to see the truth about people in your environment. It's not just one person. It's many, many people. And it is because you are getting more psychically sensitive. You're getting more intuitive. And for some of you, you have a helping hand there by your spirit team, your ancestors, or somebody who's very psychic themselves or a healer themselves. I'm getting pulled back to the bear and the beaver energy. This has almost been blinding you. Normal day life or work, it's like so earthy, like everything you do day to day, or tasks or work, career, whatever, how you exert in the form of work. It's almost been part of the illusion. It's almost been keeping you too occupied to listen to your own intuition. Thank you. It's been keeping you too occupied to listen to your own intuition here. Okay. Any other messages or insights for my fire signs? Aries, Leo, Sag. The Fool, Aries energy. For me, this is Aries energy. The Fool, taking a risk, starting over, starting anew. This feels like starting over. This feels like letting go of a lot. This feels like walking away from a lot. And it feels like walking away from the beaver energy, actually, is what it feels like. That's what it feels like. There's something else I'm feeling here. What is this? Will that stick? Yeah. Just wanted to be silly for a second. What is this? My dad used to do that. He always used to crack me up. Resentment. It's resentment. That's what that is. There's resentment around this being this fool, being in this full energy. You want to be free. You want to be free. and you feel like you're not allowed to, or you feel like you can't, and you're resentful of that. You've got resentment. You've got resentment. You've got resentment. It's coming in so loud now. You have resentment that you have been ignoring. You've been covering up with other stuff. You're resentful of something or someone. You may be resentful of people who are living their best life, who are living free, unencumbered, and you want to be free. And you resent the fact that you're not. There's anger there. Ooh, I can feel it. There's anger that wants to come out, fire signs. You can be the fool. You are the fool. But you've felt like you can't, or you've been told that you can't, or you've been programmed to think that you can't, but you totally can. And whatever's been part of this illusion of telling you can't or whatever, or keeping you chained up in this and that, feels like providing too. I'm getting strong providing energy. It's time to be free. Seven of Cups in reverse. It's going to get very clear now. Again, seeing through the veil. Seeing through the veil. Seeing through the illusion. Anything else, my fire signs? Aries, Leo, Sag. Like someone lied to you, fire signs, about not being able to be the fool. Might have just been society, but you can be the fool. Yep, Six of Cups, past, the past. Past energy, family dynamics, childhood energy, soul energy, patterns, all of that. It's programming. That's what it is. It's programming or belief systems that told you you had to be the beaver. You had to work. You had to be consistent. You had to show up. You had to invest. You had to do this. You had to do that. You had to provide. Some of you it's about providing. And you're meant for way more than that. You're meant to be free. We're all meant to be free. And you've been harboring resentment about it. It's time to deal with that. Okay? Or someone you know, or that is involved in all of this, especially because we have like a network energy here, feels trapped and feels resentful that they're not free. And maybe they resent you for that. So take it as it resonates. Because again, some of you, this is about a group dynamic. Anything else for my fire signs? Aries, Leo, Sag. Strong grandmother energy here. Ooh, just got tingles. Strong grandmother energy is here. Could be your own grandmother, your grandmother's grandmother. And when I say grandmother, it's the archetype of grandmother. It's the archetype of crone, of this wizened feminine. This wizened feminine. I just wanted to be said twice like that. It's ancestral for sure. But encouraging you to do things differently, encourage you to look at life differently, encourage you to look at work, survival, providing, money, all of those things differently in a way where you can be free. You're allowed to be free. Especially for those where you have an ancestral lineage that's tied into, because this is just part of the collective energy with Sedna that I talked about in the astrology portion. If you have any ancestral ties to genocide, slavery, like where there's been mass trauma in that way, where mass groups have been oppressed and it's been like a generational curse sort of a deal, your ancestors are encouraging you, it is time to be free. It's time for our people to be free. It's time for everybody to be free, and you're allowed to be free. Page of Pentacles coming out here as well. I'm getting strong friend off of that, and energy actually. I'm getting strong friendship. Oh. I want to pull more cards before I show you guys that, because that's really sweet. I like that. But the Page of Pentacles, it's friendship, it's trust, it's support. That's what that is. That's why that's coming through like that. As I was talking about the ancestors, right? Getting you to also have more trust in yourself, right? To be free in this way. Now, the last two cards to come out, Two of Cups and the Chariot. This is moving towards certain relationships, people who get you. Remember I was getting, you got like strong telepathy with somebody. I really feel like it's also about you getting closer with this individual to help you with this process. Chariot is also, to me, a chariot of ascension, of elevation, of moving into a new state of being or a new state of life. And for you, it's about moving into freedom. Moving into freedom, and moving into freedom with people who are really on your side, who really support you in whatever that kind of freedom looks like. Where you are taken care of, and maybe you're taking care of responsibilities. We all have to. We can't just like pretend like we don't have responsibilities, but we don't have to do it from this like distorted program place to where we're just enslaved by it, right? There's a difference. For some of you, this is also about elevating your relationship with somebody as well. like a commitment could totally be the case. Now, overall, we have Nine of Cups in reverse, Six of Pentacles, oh, with the Eight of Wands. That's the help. That's the helping hand of the people who are on your side, the ancestors who are on your side, or even like for those we have this person you're having telepathy with, helping you. Nine of Cups in reverse is your overall energy, disappointment, not feeling fulfilled emotionally, not feeling like life is what it should be because you want to be free and you feel like you can't and you feel resentful about it. And Six of Pentacles is that telepathic person or a friend, a family member, ancestors going like, hey, yes, you can. Eight of Wands. Eight of Wands can be downloads. Eight of Wands is talking and communication. Eight of Wands is movement. It's inevitable movement and messages coming here to help you, to get you out of this state, okay? And the more psychically sensitive you get, the easier it's going to be to see all of this for what it is, and the easier it's going to be to rise, okay? To rise up and out and into that Chariot energy. Wow. Just don't forget, Buffalo and Cheetah, it's time. It's time to do life different. It's time to be free. You're free. You're free. Okay, I did those faster than I expected to. All right, guys, I hope you really enjoyed that. And I hope you guys have an amazing week and weekend if you are watching this on Patreon. And I will see you guys later. Take care, guys.